Okay, let's look at the next set. Let's see what's in store. 6 students, Anshita, Damien, Ikhlaq, Preet, Rudhir, Shailaja, compete to be selected as the best student in the class, make it to the final stage of the competition. In the final stage, there were 5 rounds wherein the students could score from 1 to 10 points in each round. These rounds were quiz, presentation, group discussion, essay writing and written test. The total is the sum total of the points scored in each of these 5 rounds. Student with the maximum total across these 5 rounds would be considered as the winner, would be nominated as best student of the class. Okay, simple. At the end of these 5 rounds of competition, several entries had been deleted from the scorecard due to technical glitch, but the following table was available. No 2 students have scored equal points in the same round. Okay, so in one round, no 2 students have scored the same point. That means the value in every single column is unique. The value in every column is unique. No student has scored equal points in any 2 rounds. So no student has scored equal points. So the value in every row is unique. This is almost like Sudoku. Value in every column is unique. Value of every row is unique. Okay, lovely. The following observations were made. Total score of Damien is an even multiple of 3. His score in the group discussion, presentation, quiz, consecutive natural numbers increasing order. Score of Shailaja in presentation, Ikhlaq in group and Anshita in essay writing are the same. Scores of Shailaja in group, Rudhir in essay and Anshita in written test are the same. Average of the total score obtained by all students taken together is an integer. That's important. Average is an integer. The total points scored for each of the students are distinct, and these are either greater than or equal to 60% and less than 75% of the maximum total. So this is important. This should surely be among the first 1 or 2 statements to begin with, because maximum points, since there are 5 rounds, is 50. So 60% of that. So points will be greater than equal to 30, less than equal to 75. 3/4 of 50, 155, 37.5. That means the sum total for any student is greater than equal to 30, less than equal to 37.5. This is important. Should be one of the first statements we look at. Score of Shailaja in presentation is 50% more than a score in group discussion. Score of Shailaja in essay writing is 50% of a score in group discussion. Okay, this should not be very difficult. Okay, let's look at where we are. What is the total score of Anshita in all the 5 rounds taken together? So one categorical answer, there is no CBD, that's good. Score of Shailaja in essay writing round, no CBD, again very very good. What is the score of Rudhir in group discussion? If his score in group discussion is 1 less, then if his score, that means I will not know the categorical answer, it will be an if then. For how many rounds can the score of each of the 6 students be determined uniquely based on the given information? That means the entire table I will surely not be able to solve. Okay, let's look at the table. As I told you, one of the first few statements I'll pick up will be 5. So greater than equal to 30, less than equal to 37.5 is important. Let's look at Damien. The total score of Damien is an even multiple of 3. Look at Damien. Damien is 12 already. So even multiple of 3. Okay. And his scores in group discussion, presentation, quiz are consecutive natural numbers in increasing order. Group discussion, presentation and quiz in increasing order. That means group discussion is least. Now, if they are consecutive natural number in decreasing order, the way I like to do it is call this x minus 1. This will be x. This will be x plus 1. When I add all 3, you get 3x. And then you add 10 plus 2, 12. So the total is 3x plus 12 and it has to be even. Okay. 3x plus 12 and it has to be even and it has to be greater than 30, less than equal to 37.5 basis this statement. Okay. Now put the value of x. If I put, so x has to be even because 12 is even, 3x has to be even. If you put x equals 2, that's 18. You put x equals 4, that's 24. You put x equals 6, you get 30. So that is possible. You put x equals 8, that is 36. So x has 6 or 8. Now if you put x equals 6, then in presentation, Damien will get 6, Preet is already 6, which is not possible. So the only possibility is x equals 8, which means 8, 7, 9. 8, 7 and 9. And if I add this, this is 17 and 7, which is 34. So this is the part of the table which I will carry forward. We have gotten everything related to Damien already. Okay. And we will just carry this forward. Okay. I hope my addition wasn't incorrect. What is it? 9, 8, 17 and 7 is 24 plus 2 is 26, 36. My bad. I wrote 34. That's my bad. It should have been 36. Sorry. Apologies for an incorrect summation. Okay. Now next one. Okay, so what am I doing now? I'm looking at the other statements by which I can go ahead and fill something in. Now, one thing to keep in mind was the first, another thing that they had told us was the marks need to be integers, right? The average of all total scores, of the total score obtained by all students is an integer. Now, that is important. If the total average, if the average is an integer, the average is sum divided by 6 because there are 6 students. That means the sum is a multiple of 6. The sum is a multiple of 6. Now let's look at this. What are the possible numbers? We have 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 and 37. Okay. Another thing, if you keep in mind, and I remember this was categorically stated, that the total for every individual is unique. The total for every individual is unique. Okay. That was categorically stated. Okay. Now, if I keep that thing in mind, okay, and the average of all, now I can just go back and check that, where that was written. Okay, yeah, no two students have scored equal and no student has scored equal number of points in any 2 rounds, that was it. Then the average was given, the total score, consecutive scores of Shailaja, score of this, okay, this is fine. Score of Shailaja, the total points scored for every student are distinct. See, this was mentioned in the very first point, point number 5. So the total score is distinct, which is what I was saying, that it was mentioned very clearly that the total score is distinct. Now if the total score is distinct, 30 is already gone, 36 is already gone, 31 is already gone, 35 is already gone. Now what is left is 32, 33, 34 and 37. Now, if the sum total has to be divisible by 6, 30 is divisible by 6, 36 is divisible by 6, 35 plus 31 is already divisible by 6. That means the sum total of Preet and Anshita should be divisible by 6. Okay. Now, if I take say 33 as one of the numbers, the other number, if it's 32 will give 65, if it's 34 will give 67, if it's 37 will give 70. So 33 is not possible. If you take 37 as one of the numbers, 37 and 32 is 69, 37 and 34 is 71, not possible. So the two numbers have to be 32 and 34. Okay, the two numbers have to be 32 and 34. Please keep that in mind. Okay, so what I can go ahead and do is, I can say this is either 32 or 34, this is either 32 or 34. Basically, this is something that I can do straight away. Okay, now let's see what do I have. The score of Shailaja in presentation, a clerk in group discussion, Anshita in essay writing are same. Shailaja in presentation, let it be a clerk in group discussion A, and Anshita in essay writing A. Similarly, score of Shailaja in group discussion, which is B, Rudhir in essay writing, Rudhir, which is B, and Anshita in written test, Anshita written test B. Okay, these are equal. So what I've done is I've just carried forward this table to the next slide. Okay, now we will go ahead and solve. Now, simple way of doing this is I like to go the Sudoku way. Okay, let's look at what the Sudoku way is. Look at this A. It can't take value 4, 6, 7, 8, 5 and 8. That means 4, 6, 7, 8 and 5. These values are gone. Again, look at this A. It can't take value 3, 7, 8. 7, 8 is done. So 3 also not possible. It can't take value 6 and 8. That has already been looked at. Look at this A. It can't take value 3 and 4. Already been looked at. 2 and 8. That means it can't take 2 either. So the only possible values left are 1 and 9 for A. Now imagine I take A as 1. If I take A as 1, you get 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 1, 8. That means in written test and quiz, even if in both you get the highest possible 10 and 9, which is 19, 19 plus 8 is 27, but sum needed is 34 or 32, not possible. So the value of A has to be 9. Value of A has to be 9. The moment I get this, I remember there was another piece of information which was linking it. This is it. The score of Shailaja in presentation is 50% more than a score in group discussion. That means the score in group discussion was 6. So all B's are 6. And the score of Shailaja in essay writing is 50% of a score in group discussion. In group discussion she scored 6. So in essay writing it will be 3. So if I'm looking at Shailaja total, 5 plus 9, 14, 14 and 6, 20, 28 and 3, 28 and 3, 31, that is all falling in place. So this is my total which I have already, okay, from here. A couple of things that we can get straight away from here is, look at Anshita. Anshita is 7 and 9, 16, 16 and 6 is 22. Now Anshita can't be 34 because then she will need 12 in quiz. That means Anshita is 32, which means this is 10 and this is 34. Clear? Easy? So we've gotten all values. I will just carry forward this table to the next slide. And this is exactly what we go ahead and use. So just you can cross check. This is exactly what we go ahead and use. Okay. So if you see in quiz, one person is not there, presentation, one person is not there, GD, one person is not there, essay writing, one person is not there, written test, 2 people are not there, whose value I don't know. But the total I know for everybody. This table I'm going to go ahead and use. Let's look at the questions. What is the total score of Anshita in all 5 rounds taken together? Let's look at the table. Anshita all 5 rounds, 32. Answer is option A. What is the score of Shailaja in essay writing round? Shailaja in essay writing round is 3. So put 3. Oh, one sec. Let me just go back. Shailaja in essay writing round is 3. Yeah, this is fine. Let's look at the next one. What do we have? What is the score of Rudhir in group discussion if his score in group discussion is 1 less than his score in written test? Okay. Let's look at Rudhir. Rudhir is 8 plus 5, 15 plus 6, 21. So group discussion plus written test is 9. And we are saying score in group discussion is 1 less than written test. So group discussion 4, written test 5. So group discussion he'll get 4, which is B, which is perfect. And the last question, for how many rounds can the score of each of the 6 students be determined uniquely? For none, we just got that. For each there is something missing. So the answer is D, which is none of these. So that brings me to an end of this set. This is something you could have done in the exam. It takes about 13 to 14 minutes, not too difficult. 4 questions, 12 marks, 70 percentile done.